Some objects are so massive that building them already feels impossible, but in certain cases, the real challenge begins when it's time to move them. While many structures can be disassembled and reassembled with relative ease, others depend on extremely delicate equipment, one-of-a-kind parts, and processes so complex they simply cannot be separated. And when that happens, only one option remains: transport the impossible. These operations demand months of planning, specialized teams, and machines capable of taking on roads, mountains, and even the open ocean. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because this is exactly the kind of content we bring you every week. And if you already know the channel, drop a like before we continue. Now, let's get into the list. Number 7. The Muon G-2 Magnet. In 2013, one of the most impressive scientific transports in history caught the attention of the entire world. A massive magnet, roughly 15 meters in diameter, had to travel more than 5,000 kilometers across land and sea without suffering the slightest deformation along the way. The equipment is a critical piece of the Muon G-2 experiment, dedicated to studying the muon, a subatomic particle so unstable it exists for just 2.2 microseconds before disappearing. To study something that lasts less than the blink of an eye, scientists needed an instrument of absolute precision, and transporting that instrument 5,000 kilometers without damaging it was a challenge nearly as complex as the experiment itself. To pull it off, the magnet was mounted on a special transport system supported by a metal frame weighing around 45 tons, engineered specifically to absorb vibrations and keep the equipment perfectly level for the entire journey. The mission took 35 days and cost roughly $25 million, bringing together scientists and specialists from multiple countries. Sometimes moving a machine can be just as challenging as building it.
Number 6. Space Shuttle Endeavour. After 2 decades exploring space and logging around 115 million kilometers in orbit, the Space Shuttle Endeavour set off on its final journey, this time without ever leaving Earth. After its retirement, the shuttle was transported to Los Angeles to become one of the star attractions at the California Science Center. The first leg was simple by this list's standards. Endeavour was carried atop a modified Boeing 747, the very aircraft NASA used specifically to transport its space shuttles. But the most astonishing part was still to come. To cover just 20 kilometers through the city streets, a route had to be meticulously planned over the course of months. The vehicle, weighing about 78 tons, crept through the streets of Los Angeles for 2 full days. Along the way, hundreds of trees had to be temporarily removed or trimmed, and numerous power lines had to be completely shut down to clear its path. A spacecraft that once flew at 28,000 kilometers per hour in space reduced to walking speed on the streets of California. Number 5. The mirrors of the world's largest telescope. Building the largest telescope on the planet is already a monumental task. Now imagine transporting its most delicate components across mountain roads. An operation involving astronomers, engineers, police, and heavy load specialists was organized to move 2 enormous mirrors destined for a telescope developed by the University of Arizona. Combined with their structural supports, the components weigh dozens of tons, and any excessive vibration could compromise years of precision work. 5 months of preparation were needed before the roughly 190-kilometer journey could even begin. The convoy crawled along at just 15 kilometers per hour over 2 days, while entire roads were closed to normal traffic. To handle the curves of the mountain roads, the trailer used 48 wheels equipped with independent hydraulic systems, capable of keeping the load perfectly level at any angle throughout the trip. 5 months of preparation for a 2-day journey. That's the level of care a telescope mirror demands. Number 4. The Harriet gas turbine. The Harriet is considered one of the largest gas turbines ever built by humankind, its weight rivaling that of a fully loaded Boeing 747. When paired with a steam turbine, it can generate enough power to supply hundreds of thousands of homes at once. The route between the factory in Belfort and the power plant where it would be installed stretched roughly 330 kilometers. But distance was only part of the challenge. The astonishing transport rig drew crowds wherever it passed, and it's not hard to see why. The full assembly measured approximately 110 meters long and nearly 7 meters wide, a city on the move.
The turbine rested on a central platform supported by two massive transport modules fitted with dozens of axles and multiple tires. Before the journey, engineers built complete digital models of bridges, curves, and critical stretches of road to make sure the colossal load could complete the trip without a single incident. Every centimeter of the route was simulated before it was ever driven.
Number 3. Nuclear reactor. Transporting a nuclear reactor weighing over 1,000 tons across the desert sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, and yet that's exactly what happened. And the scale of the operation is hard to wrap your head around, even when you know the numbers. A Saudi Arabian company had to move a reactor weighing approximately 1,048 tons across about 1,100 kilometers, battling mountains, steep inclines, and brutally demanding conditions. The equipment was mounted on 2 sets of hydraulic trailers and driven forward by 10 high-powered trucks operating simultaneously. On certain stretches, 6 trucks pulled the load while 4 more assisted from behind to maintain control. Upon reaching the mountaintops, the positions were completely reversed. The trucks that had been pulling switched to braking, and the ones that had been braking began pushing. Every vehicle operated in perfect sync, mechanically linked to boost both traction and braking power. 1,000 tons of nuclear reactor descending a mountain, with 10 trucks fighting to keep it under control.
Number 2. Bagger 288. If there's one machine that completely redefines the concept of size, it's the Bagger 288. This massive bucket wheel excavator was built to work in open-pit coal mines. Standing about 100 meters tall and stretching nearly the length of 2 football fields, it remains one of the largest land machines ever built by human hands. Its scale is so staggering that it takes multiple operators working together just to keep it running. In 2001, after finishing its work at one mine, an impossible dilemma arose: take it apart or move it whole. The most cost-effective solution was to transport it fully assembled to a new site, roughly 22 kilometers away. What sounds like a short distance turned into a true engineering odyssey. The journey took more than 3 weeks, with the machine creeping forward at about 10 meters per minute. Along the way, the Bagger 288 had to cross a river, cross a railway, pass over highways, and overcome a string of obstacles that demanded solutions invented on the spot. Around 70 workers took part in the operation, which cost millions of German marks. In some stretches, the terrain was leveled and even covered with grass to smooth the path for the colossal structure. 3 weeks to cover 22 kilometers. The Bagger 288 is in no hurry, and it doesn't need to be.
Number 1. The Troll A offshore platform. Closing out the list, we arrive at the largest movable structure ever built by humankind, and one of the most staggering engineering feats in modern history. Troll A, installed in Norway, is a colossal natural gas platform, most of which remains permanently hidden beneath the surface of the sea. It holds the record as one of the heaviest objects ever transported over water, and the operation required to move it to its installation site demanded a level of precision few engineering projects have ever called for. After construction, the platform had to be moved roughly 80 kilometers to its final installation site near the city of Bergen. To make the operation possible, engineers relied on a complex system of tanks and buoyancy control, keeping the structure perfectly balanced throughout the entire sea crossing. 10 powerful tugboats guided the platform at a speed of just 1 knot, roughly 1.8 kilometers per hour. Even so, the journey took a full 5 days. Upon arrival, the structure was positioned and anchored to the seabed, dozens of meters below the surface. Since then, Troll A has played a vital role in Europe's energy supply, accounting for a significant share of the natural gas production feeding the continent. The largest structure ever transported by humanity moved at less than 2 kilometers per hour for 5 straight days. Some achievements don't need speed to be extraordinary. 7 operations that seemed impossible before they happened. A scientific magnet crossing half a continent without a single millimeter of deformation. A 100-meter excavator crossing rivers and highways at 10 meters per minute. A platform the size of a city being towed across the ocean for 5 days. What all these projects have in common isn't their size. It's a refusal to accept that something can't be done. Every single one began with someone saying it was impossible, and ended with engineers proving them wrong. If this video left you impressed by at least one of these transports, drop a like. It's quick and it helps the channel grow a ton. Subscribe here and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next, because there's a lot more curious stuff coming. And let us know in the comments which of these 7 transports impressed you the most. We read every single one.